If you didn't have to know all of the steps, who would you be? If you didn't put so much pressure on yourself to know the whole unfolding of your path and where your success is going to lead you, if you could stop putting so much attention on what you don't know and trying to figure it out, you'd be in so much more peace. And from there, the steps naturally arise and they naturally show themselves, and they're not as hard as you think they are, and you'll feel like it's more in alignment because you're being more in alignment with yourself. Stay tuned in this video because I really want to start to unpack some of the mindset of the pressure that we put on to know all of the details, and actually to relax back into our bodies, relax in our mind, have some space in our mind, have some peace of mind, and know that we are being carried, that it is all taken care of, and that it gets to be beautiful. We'll learn the things that we need to learn, but we get to be carried along the way when we are more relaxed. And that means we are more in alignment with our true self. And it's this concept that I speak about a lot, but I want to talk about it a bit more here with the idea of relaxing and receiving, and actually relaxing to receive. Hello, my name is Patrice, and I'm here to help you live the life that you genuinely want to be living. And this channel is here as a source, as a resource for you to bathe in, to understand more about yourself. And the whole intention is for you to feel freer, to feel more at ease, and to feel more at peace, because that is such a magnetic place to be in, but it also just feels great. So yes, you'll get all the things that you desire and you'll feel good along the way. That's what this channel is here for. Now, I've got some options and some links down below in the description where you can either book in to have a one-on-one session with me, or you can fill out the form to join the waiting list, where you can apply to work with me for a longer period of time. So it would be longer than one session. It would be 3 months or 6 months. And in that, you get loads of support in one-on-one sessions, and also message support where you can just message me and we can just riff and just dive into all of the places where you're feeling stuck to unravel that resistance. I've also got a link down below to my podcast called Into the Nothing. And that is a place where you can go and receive loads of information and wisdom, but beautiful energetics about living a life that feels true and genuine for you. And in that podcast, you can hear from lots of different people where I have sat down with them. I'm actually up to episode 50, which is so exciting. And you can sit down, listen, and enjoy hearing from someone else that is choosing themselves and their life and unpacking their internal world, so that the reflection, the mirror that is our life, that is our external world, is more in alignment with who we came here to be. I've also got some links down below to some amazing books that have absolutely changed my life. Books like The Power of Now, books like Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself or Becoming Supernatural, and some other great reads that are all down below if you want to start learning from some of the sages and some of the teachers that I have learned from to help unlock myself and be living in alignment with what I really came here to do and be, which feels oh so good. So back to the point of this video. And I talk to you about the mindset of constantly future projecting and constantly living outside of yourself in hoping that you're going to figure it all out. And in doing so, you're keeping yourself stuck in the now. Because the truth is that there's only this now moment. There's actually only right now. And whoever we're choosing to be in this moment is who we'll be projecting to be in the next moment. But there's only ever now. And there's this beautiful thing with living in this human body, in this kind of dense reality where it feels like there's time and space and we can actually move in this linear way. But when we start to play with and understand the concept that there's only now, and there's only now, and there's only right now. And so who we choose to be in this now moment is so important. And who we choose to be is directly linked to the thoughts that we're thinking and the feelings that we're feeling. And we can't think greater than how we're feeling. So while we can try and think all these positive thoughts all day long, it's so important to go into the body and feel what's actually in the body and feel what's going on inside of our bodies, because in that place we can start to inform the thoughts that we're thinking, and the thoughts and the feelings are what are being projected out. This world, this reality, is simply a regurgitated, pushed out version of what's going on inside of us. And that's why it's so important to start to tune into the now moment. And in the now moment, what am I thinking? And in this now moment, what am I feeling? And without trying to change it from the get-go, just being aware of what it is that I'm thinking and feeling is so important. And that's where you can start to understand, this is what I'm thinking and this is what I'm feeling. I can allow what I'm thinking and feeling no matter what. And in allowing it, we can actually alchemize it so it doesn't linger so much. Say if they are really negative, heavy, dense feelings, actually by feeling it helps to relieve it and helps to release it. But then we can also start to choose what we think and we feel too. And so if we are constantly thinking and feeling, and often that comes with thinking and feeling worry about the future, trying to plan it all, trying to figure it all out, when there just could be moments where you're like, I don't know, but I'm going to do my best in this moment and know that I'm being carried anyway. Know that I can't take a wrong turn because what's for me won't miss me. And know that everything is happening for your highest good. And if you were to take a moment right now to pause and just close your eyes and check in with yourself. So right now, do that. I'd love for you to do that. So sitting up nice and tall, not with pressure, but just like relaxed, but you're sitting up, you've got your feet on the ground, flat on the floor. And in this, you're going to start to just feel the weight of your body and a sense of your body. Even starting to notice your breath, not forcing your breath and not breathing in a certain manner or a certain way, but just noticing your breath. This is a beautiful way to become present to the now moment. And just noticing if there's any thoughts that you're thinking. And noticing if there's any feelings or any sensations in your body. And even just doing this and just noticing is so rare. So I'll just get you to slowly come back to the screen right now if you had your eyes closed. But even just doing that and noticing what you're thinking and what you're feeling is a powerful tool. Bring ourselves into the present moment and not being so busy in our mind as to thinking and trying to plan all of the steps of our future. Because if we're constantly in the now, but we're thinking about everything that could potentially happen in the future when we really don't know, it's such a waste of our energy. There is so much to experience in the now, and it's all to be experienced in the now, but life is so full when we become present. Life is so full when we are centered in ourselves and we're anchored in our body and we feel relaxed. Because in that place of feeling relaxed is the place that we can receive. And we can receive beautiful ideas and beautiful thoughts. But we can also receive the things that we want. It can simply just appear because we're on a different frequency when we're in the now and we're dropped into ourselves. Because there's nowhere else to be dropped into. There's nothing outside of you. Nothing. There's nothing outside of you. I want you to just reflect on that for a moment and let's just be here in this idea, in this topic for a moment of there's nothing outside of you. What does that mean? What do I mean by there's nothing outside of you? Anything that you are struggling with within your life is what's going on within you. There are struggles within you. There are battles within you in relation to that thing. Whether it's the topic of money, of relationships, of certain people, of jobs, of food. There's stuff going on inside of you emotionally and in your thoughts. There's a way of being that's not good or bad or right or wrong, but there's a way of being that is creating that outer reality, that outer relationship. And that relationship again could be with the dog, it could be with money, it could be with your electricity, it could be with your electricity bills, it could be with your car, it could be with people, it could be with anything. Our relationship to something else is a relationship that is within us. It is the thoughts that we're having about life, about the car, about the dog. There's something going on inside of us. And if we were really honest, we know to a certain degree. You might not know exactly how to unlock yourself. You're like, okay, I know that I'm feeling off inside of myself about this particular subject in my life, whether it's my mum, or whether it's my dog, or whether it's money, whatever it is. I know that I am, but I don't really know what's going on. I know that it doesn't feel good. Now that doesn't mean anything in particular has to happen, like there isn't a certain path or certain action that you need to take in terms of this outward thing. But what I would always recommend and start with is like the inner dialogue. What is your inner dialogue with this thing? And can we allow the unloving or the hateful or whatever and actually spend some time with that part of us that just wants to be angry or be upset or be nervous? And then can we also choose to rewrite that narrative within us if we want to see a change outside of us? Now what happens is when we do this internal work, and we really do it, we will notice that either we don't care so much about that thing, that it doesn't bug us so much, that the relationship just doesn't seem to just grind our gears as much, or you'll notice that that thing seems to change, that there's just more money in your life, or that person just is nicer, or that dog just doesn't bark at you the same way, or the car just does start, or the light that said the thing in the car was broken suddenly just isn't anymore. Why? Because the relationship is inside of you, in your thoughts and in your feelings. And if we can shift that and change that, so much magic unfolds. And that's where we create that relaxation inside, when we're not so much of an inner battle, we're not like butting heads with ourselves inside of ourselves. And when we start to come from that place, we start to feel relaxed, and then we start to receive more of our good. And that's why I brought up at the beginning of this video this place of constantly thinking about the future and worried about the future and trying to plan for the future. You're never living in the now. And it's like you're building a relationship with the future where there is worry and where there is control. And you're actually never living in the now. And the now is creating everything. So if I in this moment am constantly worried in my head trying to plan everything out because it's underpinned by worry and fear and scarcity and lack, those energies and those currents are what's going to continue to unfold, because whoever I'm being now is what will continue to unfold. So that's why it's so vital and so important to stop, to pause, to stop living so outside of ourselves and start to spend some time within and make the shifts within. Now, if you want some support and some help in doing this, all you've got to do is reach out. You can either send me an email, patrice@patricedouglas.org. You can just directly book in for a one-off session. The link is down below and you can literally just book in for that 2-hour session and we can start to really get to know what's going on and you can get the support that you deserve there. Or of course there's that link for the wait list for the longer length support, 3 months or 6 months. Because you don't have to do this alone. You really don't have to do this alone. And it's important not to do it alone if you so feel that you want support. Also knowing that you are incredibly powerful, more powerful than I or anyone could ever fathom, and that you don't need that if you don't want that either. And that's totally on the table, of course, like anything. But to spend all of our time constantly worrying and thinking and planning about the future and trying to construct and trying to know all the next steps and plan everything out. We're living in a constant state of control and living in the future rather than enjoying this present moment now. Letting the plan come from this now moment. Receiving the plan, whatever that looks like. Could it just be the next step? And can you be comfortable without knowing the specific next action step, knowing that that pause is just as much as part of the journey as every other part of the journey? I'm going to leave this video here. I hope that this has been help to you, that you feel some sort of sense of knowing yourself more, a relaxation, and of course I'll see you in my next video. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button, please like and please share with anyone you think would benefit from this video. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of my channel.